Hello, people. This is Melissa King, and I'm back to chit and chat with you. So pull up a seat, come on in, hit the like button, subscribe, share me out. We're going to just do some casual conversation and let you get to know me better and have a little fun. So come on in, let's chit chat. Hey,
Hey, what's going on? What's happening?
so you tried it and it still didn't turn you sideways, huh?
Nah, couldn't figure it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, welcome. I hadn't seen you since last year.
Yeah, it's been a month of Sunday.
Yeah. Uh, what you been doing since 2024?
Ooh, man, I've been getting it. Ever
Yeah.
since I got off work, I've been on it. And we'll talk a little bit about that later on. But man, let's talk about this new background, this new look you got going on. What you got popping off right here? What's going
Well,
on?
this is for people joining me the first time. This is my personal page, the page where I let people kind of get to know me. I let my hair down, and then I had a previous thing which I lost. That's the reason for the rebranding. I lost everything I created from before. So I'm
Okay.
like, okay, and I'm trying to better myself. In the last live, I was trying to kind of sharing with people my health issues and how I'm trying to, you know, make sure I'm here for a longer time. So cut back on a few pounds. I'm trying to work on a better me in 2025. So of
Okay.
course, the better me needs also better money.
Okay.
So it
Okay.
rolls right. It's a full circle. It rolled right
Show
on
you
back
right.
around.
I'm with you. I'm with you. MK, you looking good. It's a good look.
Thank you. I have dropped 65 pounds since August.
Wow. Wow.
So
That's
came off
awesome.
came off a couple of at least three medications that I was taking
Okay.
because
Good.
I have congestive heart failure, but we knocking it. We knocking that
Okay.
congestive heart failure like gone. We ain't fooling with you this year,
I got you.
you
Awesome.
know. So that's it. And my biggest thing, I don't do resolutions because whenever I slap the label resolution on it, it's automatically doomed. So
Right.
I am going to challenge myself
Okay.
to do more lives. I was telling them, and let me pin you up here again. I was telling them that this is my professor, my partner, my upline, my guru, Tony Clopton. I refer to him as Fessa Clopton
Okay.
because he has his PhD in money. And he has been my guide through this financial journey
Hmm.
since 2009.
Okay.
No, I just told a lie.
15.
2000, 2015. I was thinking about
Yeah.
9 years.
Right.
Okay.
I got you.
Since 2015. So whenever I need that extra backup, that person that's gonna send me straight. When I can't find nobody else, I call Tony.
I'm
And
her last resort. It sounds like I'm your last resort.
I'm just joking. Tony is the man. And I share his link all the time because I have an issue with going live often. I am what you call kind of lazy. Him, however, he go live all the time. He'll go
Mm.
live, he put up videos, and he always got some great financial tips for you. So go over, join his page, the Tony Company Show, and turn over Tony. I bet you he got some over there right now you can use. I guarantee you. He got some over there you can use. Now,
Right.
Tony, today our special gift, and it's my fault. I'm gonna take partial fault for it. StreamYard that made some changes that I wasn't ready for.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was creating a live, I made a mistake and created 2 lives, and then I had to delete one. And today our special guest is DeAnna Ervin. You remember DeAnna from maybe like
Yeah,
3, 4 years
yeah,
ago when we first got started. We
right.
had her on, and she talked to us about buying up properties and all that stuff.
Yeah,
She our neighbor.
yeah,
She
that's my lane. She's awesome. I love to hear her talk about. She got so much experience and passion about what she do, and man,
uh,
that's great. So, did you get her on? Did you get her back on?
I yeah, she's supposed to come today. Like I said, I had to change up the link, and I'm hoping that she got it. If DeAnna, if you're watching, I did put the link in the chat for you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pin that. So maybe she'll, cause I called her. This is how good she is. I called her at 1 o'clock and asked her could she do a live at 1:30. She was like, "Yep." You ain't got to
Okay,
get ready if you stay ready.
that's right.
She stay ready. So I hope I haven't messed this up. Let me see. Let me see if I got another way to get in touch with her. I'm gonna try sending her a message on Facebook
Okay,
just in case. Or I'm gonna put you on hold. Actually, you
gotcha.
entertain the people. I'm gonna
Okay.
try to.
So, man, I'm so excited that Melissa actually called me because right now I'm currently in Atlanta, Georgia, live in Birmingham, Alabama, and me and the wifey and the daughter and the pup, he right here chilling, at the Georgian Terrace. And I'm telling y'all, it's really nice over here. My wife actually got this room with a media room where I can actually do my video content because we big on writing off our lifestyle. So the first year we normally always go ahead and book a space that we can kind of relax and chill. And man, she picked an awesome spot, man. So shout out to the wifey for doing that. And it's a tax write off. So hopefully we'll talk a little bit about that in this feed. But I don't want to take over because I got so much that I want to share. But this is not my show, right? It's not my show. So I will just wait on Melissa to come back. I've been seeing she got a really nice page. Man, y'all keep tapping in because she's gonna be sharing some stuff. Her journey is awesome as well, man. The weight loss journey, and she has. I ain't gonna lie. I have to call her and check on her from time to time because she gets so wrapped up in her busy her job. And I'm like, hey, it's time to say, okay, let's
Okay.
pull it back a little. Oh, she back. Yeah, because I'm
I
about to run out of stuff. I was just talking good about
Were you?
you. Yeah, but I'm glad
Okay.
you're back because I was running out.
Look, I'm gonna let you have them. I'm
Yeah,
gonna let you have them. I most certainly am.
yeah.
But DeAnna should be. This might be her right here.
Okay.
It is. Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, what's going on? What you got going on, D? You got your legs out?
I,
What you got going on?
look, it's summertime down here. You
Okay.
better get back. Look, I'm sorry I'm late, y'all. But hun, I heard you were talking about some weight loss. I said, well, I might have came good. I came late because I ain't talking about that.
Me.
Girl, well,
What's
happy
been going
New Year
on with
to
you?
you. Happy New
Happy
Year to you.
New Year! It is a brand new year so fast. I don't know what 2024 went, girl.
It flew by us. It flew.
It did. It did.
Yeah,
Ain't give us a chance.
that's right.
So then I was just telling everybody, you are actually one of our veteran guests, because you was a guest with us back in like 2021 when we
Yes.
first got started. You
Yeah.
know,
Yes.
so
But you
not
know, I'm
everybody
throwback over here. I'm throwback over here.
can. So what I like about DeAnna is when I first got started on YouTube, you be looking for stuff for entertainment, whatever. And of course, the first thing that drew me to her channel, uh, I'm just gonna say her channel name is Verbal Assassin. So if that don't tell you everything you
Ooh,
need to know,
okay.
I was trying to have a little tackness about myself over here.
Right.
look,
Look,
ain't nothing wrong with that. She is very entertaining, but aside from entertaining, she is very knowledgeable. Because I was listening to her one day, and she got to talking about um, buying land in her home state and how she was going about it. And I'm sitting there listening, and I'm thinking, do these people hear this? She's dropping some knowledge right here.
Absolutely.
Talking
Right.
about something that I know nothing about. Real estate is not my thing. Now Tony here, he do that type of stuff. That's not my area. Okay.
Yeah, because
So
Tommy was telling me some stuff that I ain't know about and what to look up. And ooh, Tommy, I got something for you this time.
You got something for me? Drop the knowledge.
look,
I got
she
something for
like
both of y'all. But I
she
know
like
Tommy gonna be
EFA.
like, he gonna attack it. But Tommy, I asked you one thing in exchange.
Okay.
Tony.
I'm so, Lord, excuse
No,
me.
it's okay.
Tony,
I'm gonna let her call
God,
me Tommy one more time. And I'm like,
excuse me,
who the
Tommy.
hell is Tommy?
Excuse
Who is
me.
Tommy?
Look, excuse me, that's my bad.
It's okay.
Tony, I
Yeah.
just asked for one thing in return. I'm gonna need the link too. Okay, so y'all go back here. Go on finish what you're saying. Let me know when we ready, baby, because I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay. So let me see. So you gonna share a link that I need to pull up?
No, I don't have a link. I was telling Tom I'm gonna need the link from him. So this how I go, okay?
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't know if you heard of this before, but you can actually go through your hold on, wait a minute. Wait. I actually probably can. Let's see how crazy my computer works. I'm gonna try to pull it up on my computer. I know Mississippi's link, but I don't know Alabama's link. That's what I was
Okay.
gonna
Oh,
say.
okay.
Right.
Um, okay, but over here, and now I tried it in a few other states too. Like Texas, I couldn't find it. I think Texas and California, I couldn't find it. But in Mississippi, we could go to our Secretary of State, Treasurer website,
Mm-hmm.
basically where you go and do your business, your LLCs for the state and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That website.
Right.
Okay, there they should show you their tax forfeited lands.
Yes,
And there, so you already know the tone.
I do.
Okay. So what I don't know is how to look it up for Mississippi. So from there, what I like about that is you will be able to look up every county in your state.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have what the land is worth or whatever may be on it or whatever it is. They'll have what it's worth. The only thing I don't like about it is it don't come with a appraisal like a land survey. You know what I'm saying? To kind of
Right.
mark off the land.
Right.
But what I do like about it is whatever it's worth, you only have to pay half.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
So if it's so we could say it's a plot of land, maybe probably an acre and a half, and they say it's worth $7,000. You can pay $3,500 for it.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about I like about it is it's land free and clear. So
Okay.
if you're gonna get the patent to the land, so the patent is not gonna be a deed. The
Right.
patent is basically you being labeled the first person to ever have this piece of land.
Okay.
mm.
Okay.
Okay.
So therefore, if you want to turn around and sell it, if you want to build on it, things like big things like that, you can, and you don't have to worry about going through lawyers, having them to, do back deeds because they have to do back deed searches.
Mm-hmm.
If you go through the land sale tax, the
Tax sale.
what you call it, the
Tax.
auction.
Yeah, the tax
Yeah,
sale properties. Yeah.
yes, the tax sale part. If you go through them, there's a chance that somebody could come back years later and try to claim the property. The thing about that is you have to get a lawyer to prove that they don't have no ties to this property instead of them having to get one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Versus
Mm-hmm.
them having to get one.
Mm-hmm.
So with you going through the state like that, you have better opportunities where if you do have a chance to go turn around and sell this property, you might get a property in the HOA neighborhood. You know you ain't finna move nowhere. You paying for your house here now.
Right.
So you might want to sell that land. You know somebody out there that may want to move out there, or somebody out there that may have some friends that's looking for a plot. That's all they want is a plot out there. You can sell
Right.
it for what you want for it because that's your value to you.
Absolutely.
So, like I said, if you could have went through there and got it for $100, just like I got it for $100, but now I'm gonna sell it to you for 3,500. You see
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? So
Yes.
you could have built a whole house on here. You gonna own this for the rest of your life or whatever. So that is that's the new thing that I'm on,
Okay.
honey. I am on that heavy because um it's a lot of different options you could come into. I have seen anything from empty lots, side of the highways, and that could work for you too, depending on what's going on. If they building a new highway, because they got to buy it from you, get out their way.
Right.
Um, to people houses that they're literally, I know people that's living in houses that they on that list, and you can get their house.
Mm-hmm.
From them just like that. But that might not be as cheap, but it's what, $15,000 for a 3-bedroom. That's nothing.
Right.
That's damn near free.
I'm
Yep.
telling you, that happened to some property that we have. It's like land where my aunt had a trailer on, right? So
Mm-hmm.
apparently the tax thing didn't get paid or whatever. Some man in California was looking at probably the same thing you talking about. And he went and bought the land. So my folks, my aunt, whoever she was renting it to, they had to move out because
Yeah,
he bought it, you know. And I was
yeah.
like, they can do that? And I
They
didn't
can
even
do
know.
that. If the state gets a hold to it, it's pretty much gone. Now, if the city is still auctioning it off, it
Mm-hmm.
can be redeemed. It can be redeemed. And
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know, it maybe y'all want to look into how it was purchased. Because like I said, if it was auctioned off, it could actually be redeemed and he can't do nothing with it. He wouldn't be able to
Okay.
build on it, he wouldn't be able to sell it. Because then he gonna have to go back and prove, that y'all don't have no ties to this property and
Right.
folks come up with the money and give it to the city. But it can be redeemed some type of way. But if the state sold it, if it was on, from them and he got a patent and not a deed, then that's different. Cause it's pretty, yeah, it might be pretty much too much. Ain't nothing nobody could do at that point.
Absolutely. I'm gonna share what I just did. I bought some property on the tax sale and forgot
Mm-hmm.
about it. And somebody called me because they noticed that my name was
Was
still on the land.
mm-hmm,
So I went down to the courthouse and paid what I
mm-hmm.
owed. I think it was
And
like
got your
8,000.
deed.
This guy
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
tried to pay me. That means
What you
cause my
owe.
name was on it. Yeah, he wanted
Uh-uh.
to take my name off, and I'll sign over my rights to him. So
Mm-hmm.
if I knew he wanted it, that means it had some value, right? Because I
Right.
only paid like I said
Right.
I may pay about $200-300, but he wanted to pay me 1,000 for it
Mm-hmm.
because he knew the land was worth more than what I paid for it. And
For
he said, "What?"
uh-huh.
So you're right. It's like if you get your hands on property for a little bit of nothing, it has value because somebody's going to come and try to get it from you, but they got to come see you first because your
Yep.
name is still on there. So the right
Mm-hmm.
of redemption normally is like 3 years. So you can still
Yep.
have access to a property, but somebody has to get you to sign over your
Over.
rights to
Same.
them to get it.
Mm-hmm. You
Yeah,
didn't
so it's
tell
a
no
great,
story.
it's a
That's
good,
what
it's a good
happened
way
to
to get
me
property.
too.
Yeah.
I got a girl. I'm actually trying to find out who she is and contact her back. I wasn't in no rush, but that's the same thing happened to me, Tony. I'm sitting out eating, get a phone call. Some girl calling me, telling me some this DeAnna Ervin. I'm like, yes, and she was like, oh, she told me who she was, and she was like, she had her grandmother's property,
Mm,
and this is how it went. Okay, her grandmother had 3 plots of land all together.
mm-hmm.
Okay. She got one in her name, another one in her name, but the other one, she got like a square cutout line. And she got that in her brother's name.
Okay.
So I guess she was looking out for her brother, to make sure he had some or whatever.
Mm,
Okay. And the girl had been paying the taxes, but she had been paying them late.
mm,
And then she didn't know that the other piece of land was in her uncle's name. So she called me because I had them won the property. I didn't even know I wanted, just like
Right.
Tony said. I
Yeah.
didn't know. I was like, what? I know down there had two of them, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Hers and another plot. I said I'm finna put a sign up because I know these folks getting taxes back and they can buy it.
Right.
But
Right.
another plot. But you are exactly right. So now she had even asked me. She was like, "What you want for it or whatever?" And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"I'm not gonna tell her mouth out because she didn't know."
Right.
But you do got to pay the piper, baby, because this is
Right.
real life.
Well,
This real life.
that goes back to what I titled this. That goes back to what I titled this video. You don't know what you don't know. So,
Right.
like you were saying, she didn't know. It pays for you to find out because, like, all of this is new information to me. I didn't even realize you could get a patent on land.
Mm.
Yeah, a patent
I
is
I,
okay.
I knew
So
about.
the patent is okay. It's basically I'm in the okay, how it goes. In the deed books and on paper,
Mhm,
I'm the first person to ever own that plot in Mississippi.
Mm.
So that X's
okay.
out anybody else that previously owned it, previously stayed there, sold it, whatever, that exits all of them out. And it just looked like, okay, so you get the patent. Now, if I was to sell it to you, Melissa, you would get the
Uh,
deed. You would have the
but
deed
you
to the land.
Mm.
Now, my
still have the
patent would no
patent.
longer be, my patent would no longer be void if I was to sell it. Okay. It's just,
Okay.
I guess it's however that they can label it so can't nobody really come back and redeem it.
Mm.
But back when they first started dividing up these counties and dividing up the states and stuff like that, they was giving
Mhm.
out patents back then. They weren't giving out deeds. So a lot of the
Okay.
states and stuff, that's why a city you might live in is named after somebody that then moved from over here in Europe. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So they had
Right.
the patent. But once they started selling properties off, okay, well, I got the deed for my land, I own this. Their patent don't no longer void. They don't own nothing to it no more.
Right.
Once they
Okay.
once they write it over to you or sell it or whatever, their patent no longer is open. So if I was to sell it to you, Melissa, your
Uh-huh.
deed, that's your land. Period.
Okay.
That's your land.
So,
So
there can only be one patent because it can only be
right,
one original owner. But
right,
you can dig it over or sell it to someone else.
correct,
But
correct.
it sounds like if we was playing cards, the patent is the big joke
Yeah, yeah.
versus like if I got a deed, but then you turn around and slap the table with your patent, I
No,
still got
not
the
Can't go
necessarily.
back.
No, not necessarily. No, no, no. Now, okay, so what that means is you had a deed to the land. You own the land. The person that
mhm,
had a patent to that land and they sold it to you, that's diminished.
It's
Okay,
done.
they
okay,
don't
Yeah.
they no longer have no rights to it. They don't own it. They don't do nothing. Okay, so say for instance, your grandkids get the land, right?
uh-huh,
Okay. Some happen. They don't pay the taxes or whatever it is, or they try to sell it, they could have paid the taxes or they try to sell it.
mhm,
They're gonna have to get a lawyer that has to go back and make sure that deed is free and clear. So what
okay,
it do is it goes the your granddaughter to your daughter to you, from
mhm,
you to me, the patent owner. That's why the lawyers are able to charge you so much to look up those things, and people don't like to do that because they can charge so much because sometimes that shit could go back 60 and 70 years. But they are
mhm,
doing that to make sure, okay, so let's see, your great granddaughter, she lost the property to a tax sale, right? She
mhm,
didn't know. She didn't know. This your great granddaughter, so she don't know nothing about no land and stuff, but she got a little knowledge now. So she look it up. Oh, my great grandma used to own this property. It was, sold in a tax sale. She can go to the owner of it, whoever got
mhm,
that deed right now. So let's say Tony got it.
okay,
She can contact Tony or have a lawyer to contact Tony and say, hey, my name is so and so, so and so. I think I have rights to this property. And then Tony got to go get a lawyer. and prove his point. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
then you have to go through, well, was it any information down at the city for them to contact? They got to go through all that, but Tony got to pay for that because he own it. And
Mhm.
she's trying to get it. Now he don't know if she finna lawyer up and do what she got to do. You know what I'm saying? So automatically he finna lawyer up and like,
Right.
hey, no, you honestly lost this. I have this paperwork because on the sale is I don't know if yours like this. You tell me, Tony, on your deeds to that land, do it show where they tried to contact this person? Because mine do. It say I
Yep.
okay. So yeah, it's a lot kind of get tangled up in it. So
Uh-huh.
that's why people unless it's of course a city that you already know what's going on, but that's why a lot of people when I talked to this lawyer, she told me about the way to get it through the state. And I was like, oh, well, that might be a little bit, that might
Yeah.
be worth my investment because then I could put my price on it. I could
Mhm.
kind of free and clear. I'd rather pay $100 and flip it than buy this land. You got to worry about these folks staying down here. Then I
Yeah.
got to get, you know what I'm saying? Got to get all that stuff back together. I was like, well, shoot, I might as well just go ahead and buy and swap it out, buy and swap it out. Everybody looking for somewhere, a plot or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so that's what I started doing.
Hmm.
Demetri said, "Hey, Demetri said we talking big girl and big boy business."
Hey, Demetri.
Yeah, Demetri,
But
we
it's
we
very
trying to.
easy. Y'all, and the prices, Tony, tell them about the prices on some of them.
I ain't gonna lie. I bought two or three lots right next to each other for like $50, $60, and right
I'm
now
telling
they valued at over $15,000.
I'm
Like I
telling
say, I
you.
got the deeds to these properties, and I'm telling you, it's like people are calling me already about them. I already know that they probably trying to
See?
develop a subdivision or something out of them. That's why I was strategic when I bought the lots
Oh,
right next to each other.
what?
So I mean, they don't make land no more, y'all. So
Okay, it's
people are
not
always
going.
trying to build.
Yeah.
Okay, and we can't but birth land, so y'all might as
Right.
well go get your spot. I'm telling you, it's worth it. It
Yeah.
is so much worth it. If you get something for 50 or $60 and the taxes may be 100 a year and
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
might not be able to do that with it, but your kids might be able to do something with it. You know
Right.
what
Right.
I'm saying? Or you might anything could really come up. So I say, look, let me just have this. Babe, I'm gonna tell you, my niece, she ain't gonna have nothing to worry about. I told her, babe, if they ever make you feel like you ain't got nowhere to go, you got somewhere to go. You
Right.
know
Right.
what I'm saying? You
That's
gonna
true.
have something behind you if it's for you to get out a hole or something. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever
Right.
you just may need it for. Child, please, I'm
Generational
telling y'all,
wealth.
And I
Generational.
look at it like this too. You may think an area may be undesirable, but like I say, people looking for land, you can't build in the city. You may have to go
nope.
outside the city to build. So you may be
Mhm.
having some land that's worth way more than you think. You may have paid
To
60
you,
$70. Now it's 60, 6,000. It could be $60,000.
thank
Mm.
you, thank you,
Okay,
and
so
that's all I'm
let me
saying.
let me ask you this for all of the people, like you and the DeAnna, you and Tony, y'all speaking each other's language. I just moved over here from Korea. I don't understand English.
We
So
finna
what I
slow
need
down.
y'all to do, what I need y'all to do is take me back to the beginning. Now, when you first started talking, you mentioned going to something and looking up tax forfeited land. So
Yes.
before I even do that, is there anything I need to do um to prepare for this process, or do I just go in there and start looking?
No, well, on in Mississippi, I can only tell you about because I don't know about the other states.
Yeah,
Now
that's
in
fine.
Mississippi, you would go on the site. Now, Lord, I'm gonna tell you what I do, chat. Because these folks, you give them
Well,
the
now
game and they ain't gonna
if
take.
this is
Look, they say what
if
they
this
say.
top
You
secret
give them
now,
the water and they ain't gonna drink it. So I'm just gonna give it
Yeah.
straight
look,
up. This is
I
what
was
I
gonna
do.
say, so, now if this is something that you can
No,
benefit from by
Profit.
not telling too much, I'm fine with that. Because
No,
I just call
no, it ain't like that. You know I ain't like that, girl. But you know
you.
they
Okay.
make me mad sometimes. That's why I be talking that smack, child. But now, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I do. Okay, so I go to the website. It is the Lord have mercy. And my computer, see, I told you.
Yeah.
It is, I think it's the Mississippi, it's the same Mississippi Secretary of State, I believe, website or state treasury. Whenever my computer click up, I'll tell you. But if you go to the website, it's the same basically website where you would start your businesses for your state, where you apply for your LLC and stuff. You
Mm-hmm.
go to that site. You have the tax forfeited land. Matter of fact, they're gonna have that. They're gonna have where you can open a business and all that kind of stuff in the front page. They're gonna
Mm-hmm.
have tax forfeited land. You're gonna click on that, and then you're gonna go midways the page, and then it's gonna have it highlighted tax forfeited land search. So once you click on that, the list of cities is gonna pop up on one side. You can
Okay.
select a hold on. You can select a specific city, or you can select multiple. You say, for instance, you select one city. You'll
Mm-hmm.
click on it. Once you click on it, it's gonna pull up everything that's for sale there.
Okay.
Now, what I do, a lot of the times that I have figured this out, Tony, this is what you told me before. I forgot. You did tell me how to do this before, but I still forgot.
Mhm.
Some places have the direct address, Melissa, and a lot of the places gonna have the coordinates. I think that's what you say it is.
Yep.
But if they have the direct address, those are the ones I look up because it's a little bit easier for me.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I'm not.
So when you say coordinates, you talking about like the numbers on the map thing?
Right, right. Or it may just say, now here, some of them may not have too much of nothing. So I
Okay.
will have to call the state and kind of ask them, like a vicinity, and they'll be able to tell you because they have like the maps and all that kind of stuff to kind of tell you.
Mm-hmm.
But some of them would be like northeast or something like that. It won't have too much of nothing on there. But if you look up, this is where I switch over because then I would start. This is called a X Hunt app, a Hunt X. Girl, hold on, chat. I wasn't prepared, my bad. But I
No,
think it's an
no
X
worries.
Hunt app. What I do is I would go on the X Hunt app and type in the person's name or type in the address if the address is there. Because
Uh,
on that app you're gonna have the 3D, so it's gonna be like you just in the neighborhood and you can kind of really see what's there. Sometimes I have to go to Google and do it, but Google, I don't think Google is accurate because they stuff don't never be it don't ever be it's coming on. Google stuff don't ever be up to date. So
okay.
it may show you something is there and you go ride by there and ain't shit there. So
Mm-hmm.
so Google is not all that accurate. So you really here we go, girl. I already had it open. Hold on, it's trying to warm up, girl.
So
But
you said when you said X Hunt, is that EXHUNT?
X HUNT. It's a
X
red
H U.
logo.
Okay.
Girl, I don't want to hit off of this thing because it'll show me, but it might throw me out the
I'm
thing.
writing it down. Don't worry about
But
it.
yeah,
I put down
he
red
got a
logo.
red logo and it's X Hunt. And they'll show you, like 3D, you can see the neighborhood and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
Tony, you did tell me how to look up the coordinates. Did you tell me to go to the courthouse? What did you tell me?
So, for state of Alabama, you can go to the courthouse and they will have a delinquent properties list that you can go and look. It's like a big printout. Sometimes it has, like a couple of thousand pages. Or what you could do is go to, like, you can also ask Google for how to buy delinquent properties in Alabama or Mississippi. I'm gonna tell y'all, Google is your friend. AI AI chat, all of that stuff will tell you what you need to do in your state. Because I know every state is different, but the coordinates is like it have maybe a set of numbers. You can find like certain sides of town that you want to pick from. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
Here's the app that I say everybody to have. It's called Land Glide. And it's like you sitting in front of a property, like whether it's land or it's a physical home on it, it'll tell you who owns it, how much they owe, if they're behind, if they're delinquent, and then you can pull it from their website. It's called Land Glide. And I think they offer a 7-day free trial.
That's public information.
It's
People can
public,
just go and look up how much I owe, and if I'm behind
public,
on.
public information. Land Glide is something that I use all the time, and I keep it as one of my main apps because, of course, it is a tax write-off when you're doing this type of business. So Land Glide will give you all the information, and in some cases, you can contact the person that owns it and say, "Hey, look, I'm interested in your property. I see you behind on your taxes. How much can I pay you to get you to sign over your right? What they call a quick claim deed. It's like
Mhm.
they just pretty much turning the rights over, and of course, y'all agree to a certain amount, and then the property can be yours without having to go through all of the other stuff, associated with trying to get delinquent taxes. And that's what I've been doing. Sometimes, hey, how much do you need from me for you to sign this paperwork? And you good.
And
So
then you turn around and rent to them.
Show you right. Cause all you doing trying to help them get out of a situation that, and then you
Right.
could be God sent for them. Like, Lord, I didn't know how I
yeah.
was gonna get out of this deal. And you say I can still live here and pay you how much? And all you gotta do is just write up the contract, and to keep them from having to lose it, they can still be there. It's just you own it.
Okay. Well, the man that did it to our folks, he did that, but he turned around and
Roll it.
of course, bit him in the tail with how much he was charging them for rent. Like if they
Yeah.
wanted to stay there, they was gonna have to pay. And now we talking about Cortland. Cortland ain't New York City,
Right, right.
but he put the screws in, but it was nothing they could do because he had paid the taxes on and got it. So let me ask this question to y'all: if I'm on the opposite side, and let's say somebody left me some land or was trying to sell me some land, do I need to do this just to make sure nobody else has access to it? I mean, with a person on the other side, not the person looking to buy, but the person who got it, and they just trying to double check and make sure nobody else can get it. Would you recommend that they do this on their land, or is it ain't even worth
What you mean, like look up and see if
it?
anybody
Like
else had rights to it?
right, like if somebody was trying to let's say, like you said with the quick thing, somebody was trying to sell it to me, and do I need to go in and double check to see if they actually got the right to sell it?
Oh yeah. Cause somebody can try to sell you something that ain't theirs. And then
Right.
it
That's how
you
them white folks do it all the time.
yeah.
And see, that's what I'm getting at. Like, should people be using this also as an extra layer of protection when you about to buy some land from somebody else? Like, should they go into this and let me make sure ain't nobody got the patent to this or already got a
No,
thing on it?
the patent is gone at this point, honey. Ain't no more
Okay.
patent. It's just deeds at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Certificates. Deeds
yeah.
and
So
certificates. You need to know the difference because if somebody try to sell you a certificate, the original owner can come back and get it because your right of redemption may not have already lapsed. You see what I'm saying?
So a
I know that
certificate
happened
is
with a lot of properties that people buy. You can actually go in and rehab a property, and then the person that actually own it have to pay you what they call reservation right. Like you put in so much
yeah,
money, and then they had to come back in and pay you your money plus some. You see what I'm saying?
yeah, for
So
like upkeep and all
yeah,
that kind of
yeah,
stuff.
cutting
Yeah.
what did
grass
you
and
call it? What did you call it?
so I took a tax class. A guy teaches this in Birmingham. How if you bought a property and you go in and start fixing it up and rehabbing it, the person that can come back and get it have to pay you a reservation. The money that you put into it to make it livable, to cut the grass, to have the water cut on. And see, a lot of people are not going to come back and get a property where you didn't invest it money in it because they would have never lost it if they had the money. You see what I'm saying? So what you're doing, you are raising the debt ceiling So they're gonna have to satisfy the money you spent, and then they're gonna have to pay the back taxes on what they should have been paying the whole time. And a lot of time people say it just ain't worth it. Hey, you go head on, it's your property, I'm done. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so would this be an example of where you just found out you had this property, you didn't know you had it or something?
No, you
I'm
know you
trying to
got it.
think of I'm trying to think of what situation would that happen where I would put all this work in on some property that you could come back and try to take from me. What would be the scenario?
You need to know what you got. You wanna know how you got it. Like if I'm getting this property because somebody sold it to me, you can sell a tax certificate. It doesn't mean you own the property. It's just that you waiting on the original owner to come back and get it from you because you just a tax certificate. You don't have the deed. The
So
person
the certificate is the certificate valuable, man?
it can be because you're actually in the placeholder of the person that actually has the property that has the deed for it. So you have to go through a process. It go from tax certificate to tax deed. That means a person that originally has it, you have rights to it until they can come back and get it from you.
Okay. So the certificate versus deed, and
Yeah.
then
Now,
reservation.
if they don't come back and get it, will a deed be registered then?
Yeah, so you'll have to go back to the courthouse and say, "Hey, I paid on this. This is what I did. I paid on this land for 3 years. I think it's 3 years right of redemption, and then eventually, since you've been paying for it, nobody came to redeem it. Then you go and apply for the deed, and at that point, you become the deed owner. Now it's solely yours.
Okay. Now you know I'm gonna have a million and one questions.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
okay. So tell me this then. Old folks moment. I forgot what I was gonna ask you. Keep talking. It completely went out of my head what I
You
was
had
gonna ask
actually made me think of a question when you was asking about would that help you if you was trying to purchase it, Melissa? I
you. Yeah.
think you're right because this is how these people when I other people that buy stuff from out of town. I
Mm-hmm.
know a particular situation where some people came in, they had got the land, they wanted through the tax sale, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the tax sale gives you 3 years to get behind in paying taxes.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so this is crazy. So the owner died. It
Mm-hmm.
went up for the sale. It was
Mm-hmm.
purchased. Okay, so the people that's living there was offered to buy the land some
Mm-hmm.
years later, right?
Right.
But the people who's selling it is behind in taxes.
Right.
So they write in there, hey, you have to catch these taxes up,
Right.
and I'm gonna sell you this for 40,000 or whatever, the price is.
Right.
Now I think that is so messed up because why could they not? I don't know if they had redeemed it or not or what, but how could they sell it and you still behind? Well, I guess because you still technically own it though, even though you're behind.
Right, exactly.
Because
Because
of
I'm
the
gonna tell you,
3 year
the
grace
state.
period.
So the
I
state is
thought that was wrong.
the state. All they want to do is get the money, right? But
Hmm.
you have to keep your taxes paid up, and you have to pay the person that's been paying your taxes. So, like for me, if I own a property for 2 years and I've been paying, and then you come along on that third year, the state is going to make them pay me first, and then they're going to have to pay what they behind on.
In addition,
Yeah, it's an addition. So I
so
get paid.
even if you haven't you've been paying it for 2 years,
Yeah,
and now they still owe the 2 years plus they got to pay you for the two
yeah,
years you
right. They got to
Yeah,
pay.
paid.
Yeah,
yeah. They pay us, they send us our check, and plus whatever interest it did draw too.
right, right. Yeah, and then if you made any repairs to it, like I say, I've been going there cutting grass, and I got receipts. So you gonna owe me my interest plus the stuff that I've been doing to keep your property up because the state recognizes me as the original owner until you pay.
So see, that sounds like two people own the land though.
Hey, I'm just helping the state out. I don't know what
We
the
got a
person.
we put a lien on the land. So
Yeah.
technically, yeah.
Okay. Because I
Uh,
guess my thing is, whose land is it? One person is the person who was left to, and then you the person that's been paying the taxes and fixing it up. So
Hey, the state gonna recognize you because you paying the state, and then they're gonna if this person that Rick actually owns it, they're gonna have to pay you first. And
okay.
if they can't, then it's gonna eventually become yours, and you can apply for the deed.
So and this might end up getting too. I don't want to get too technical, but
Yeah,
like
you got.
if I'm going in there looking, and I see that you were saying you go on the thing, they'll tell you how much people owe, how they behind, or whatever. Um, if I start paying the taxes on it, is it gonna notify them people?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure is. That's how that lady contacted him, Tony.
yeah. They like,
That's how
hey,
that lady contacted
you
me.
you
So
you you got my
so
daddy's house.
they notify, but let me ask you, they notify you this before you even started paying? Because my thing is, if I've been
No,
paying for
when
2
when
years,
they're behind,
mhm,
when they're behind, they kind of like excluded. They know they know they supposed to pay. In some cases, they do know they just ain't got the money or whatever the case. But if you
mhm.
come in and see that all I gotta do is pay these 200, and I can get access to this property eventually, you don't know what them people gonna do that actually own it.
So are you kind of taking a chance?
Yeah, but you're gonna get your money back regardless.
Right, right. Because if they decide they gonna keep it,
With
they still gotta pay
interest.
you. They gotta pay you what you done already spent plus interest on
Yes,
it. Okay, so that could be a business in itself.
it is.
Okay, all right. Shoot, y'all done learned me something today.
Okay. All right.
Because, and I'm gonna be honest. When it comes to real estate and stuff like that, and I just I have like a mental block. It starts sounding too complicated when people start talking about it. And I know that's what a lot of these businesses and stuff and different things count on. People getting intimidated by it and just not doing nothing. So that's why knowledge ends up being like power, because if you willing to get in there like DeAnna got in there and figured it out, sound like she got this thing down to a science. So if you get in there and figure it out and you're not intimidated by it, that's how you're gonna come up on top versus somebody like me that's like, after you done told me the first two things to do, I'm like, nah, I can't do all that. There's too much work. You know. So yeah, that this is a lot. I'm writing all this down because I'm gonna go in here and start looking. So like from start to finish, like if you find something and you want to purchase, is this process 6 months, 2 weeks? How does it go? Like if I look today and I find something, like damn it, before I go to sleep.
30 days for me. I don't know about Tony, but it took me 30 days. It ain't take 30 days, girl, because I think me and UPS got into it about delivering my money, my cashier checks.
Right. So
It
that
don't
ain't
take
no
it
time
don't
at
take
all.
long at all here. Huh?
Yeah, that's not long at all. 30 days.
Well, so so
I
so, so,
printed
so
it
for,
out.
for Alabama, it's a you fill out the application and it's almost like a bidding process because it could be somebody else
Yeah.
looking at their property, and then every Thursday they will send you if you got it or not. So if you're applying for it, it could be some other people in line. So it's a bidding process first. They'll tell you
Mhm.
how much the property is, and then you say, "Hey, ooh, I want that," and then it could be 10 other applicants in.
Okay.
But if you're the only one, in about 2 weeks, you'll get access. It'll tell you denied or accepted.
So
So
that's if
what?
you go through the sale or the directly through the state.
So the tax sale is you put your application in, but if it's sold to the state, that means if you pay for it first, then you good.
So you still auction it. So it's still almost like it's an auction off when you buying it from the state over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, okay.
But
Because
it's
see,
the
that's how it
value.
is here if we're doing it the city wise.
Right, right.
Now, if we get it from the state here, once you print off that application, because they changed it now, you used to could do everything online. You print off the application, you pay a $2-3 application fee. You mail that in. They'll email you, and you'll tell them what you offering for it. Like I said here, they'll take half of what the property is worth. So if you offer them half of what the property is worth, they're gonna tell you if they're gonna accept or deny, and then basically after that, you'll mail in your check. Once you mail in your check, you should be getting your patent from the city, within the next. So it didn't take long here, but we
Okay.
didn't have to actually. Well, I don't know, cause see, I can't really say that now. Tony said that because the the way that they do it, because like he said, what if somebody else was up first? So I don't know if they take it off immediately here if somebody applies for it and they want to accept that offer.
Hmm.
Because that may be how they do it here. Because when I call her, I actually called the lady down here, and she specifically told me, she was like, "We take half of what it's worth. So if it's 7,000, we'll take 3,500."
Hmm.
And that was pretty much how it was. I was like, "Oh, okay."
So if I were to come in behind you and say I'll give 4,000, does that mean you can't get it now?
I probably so. I guess it like I don't. I guess how the application would flow. I would guess so. But I really don't know. I don't know if you would say, for instance, after I apply for it and they say, I see it today,
Mhm.
and they say that they'll accept my offer. I don't know if they take it off the list,
Right.
It
or what.
depends on who in line first. It's like, okay, everybody knows that this property is 4,500. Now they're gonna give you so many days to come up with the 4,500, and if you don't, they're gonna pass it on to the next person in line.
Okay, yeah, because I did have a deadline to get
Yeah.
that money in. Yep.
Mhm.
So okay, so that is how it go then.
Yeah.
So when you do the application, are they gonna let you know that it's already 9 other people, or you
You'll
just
They
wait
ain't
for
let me
it.
know nothing.
Yeah, you're
they
gonna
just
wait
don't
for the
tell you?
acceptance or
Okay.
denial. If somebody bought it, it's gonna say, "Hey, somebody else got it." But if you get accepted, they're gonna tell you, "Hey, I need this amount of money within this time frame." And if not, they're gonna go on to the next person.
Okay. So would you recommend I guess that's too the general question. I ain't gonna ask that. Because I was gonna say, do you need to have a certain amount of money set aside? If they come back and tell you, okay, you got 10 days and whatever, do you need to have a fund set aside just for if this is something you're gonna do
You
on
better
regular?
have what you call yourself off with them folks, so you ain't gonna need to feel your ass
But
on there.
but
You
I
just
guess
you playing in them
it's
folk
hard
face,
to.
wasting folk time. You just look, hey, if you ain't got it, don't apply.
Right, but I'm just saying, do I need? I need to have. Okay, I got $10,000 sitting over here. I'm gonna start shopping for land. Do I need to have something like money like that set aside? Because I heard you say $50 or $60.
It depends on
No,
what you see. You
what
need
you
to
want
know
to
what you
spend?
buying. So for me,
Yeah.
when I went to the tax sale property, I actually went to the properties and see what I was buying. Okay, this is a decent area. It's a lot. It's in a neighborhood. Or some properties got a house on it. It'll tell you if it's just land only or it has a property, a house, a dwelling on it. So you're gonna need to know what you buying before you put the bid in. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so that's gonna be every situation could be different.
Yeah,
Yeah, but in general, when they send you that thing back and say you approve, that's when you need to start getting your coins together.
yeah.
Because and so do they tell you if you not approved? Why do they give you a why?
Not for
Or
Alabama.
okay, because I was just wondering what
Now
things could
I
be.
haven't been disapproved, but I had for no land. Let me cut off the
Okay,
cord. I haven't been disapproved for no land, but there are applications that I put in. I ain't heard nothing, child. They ain't said
okay,
nothing. Now I could have easily called them, but it wasn't nothing that I was just really pressing the issue on.
right,
But yeah, and sometimes when you call them, they know you're serious too. I don't know
right.
if you can talk. Can you talk to anybody in Alabama? Because we can call down there to Jackson office.
Yeah. No, normally
Yeah,
when it take a long time, it's because you may be number 8 in line, and they going through a bunch of folks waiting on them
before me.
to send the money. You know what I'm
Uh,
saying?
gotcha.
Oh, okay. So I hadn't thought about it like that because they could have approved 3 people ahead of you, and
Yeah.
they time hadn't ran out to when they got to
Right.
get the money in.
Right.
So you gotta wait and see. Okay, all right.
Yeah, but anything that's worth having, it's going to be a lot of people that's going to be shooting at it. That's why, like when I go to some tax sale property, it be banks in there. It be banks saying, "Hey, we know this property is worth some money, and we ain't gonna let it get out of our hands." So people bidding on it, 'cause they know it's of value. They're not gonna let it go to the general public. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And see, that's the type of stuff, that's what I like about the business we do. I'm going to throw that plug in there. Me and Tony do my income. So stuff like knowledge like this, the average person is not going to get it. If you're a part of a group that's like about making money and learning new stuff, then you're in the right place. But if the average Joe may not
Don't
have
know.
ever heard of any of this stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
then you got the same people swooping in, buying up the land, and then turn around and either, I know y'all example, y'all was saying the people was nice, y'all rescued them. But you got the wolves out there that's
Mm-hmm.
coming through, buy it up, and they don't care whether you got somewhere to stay or not. You
Right.
know? And so like these types of conversations to me are so essential because these new kids, these children coming up now, generational wealth it has not always been a thing in the Black household. Let's just be
Right.
real.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I met people that were not us, where their parents left them. Like the guy that I used to work with, he was my personal trainer. Remember, I was telling you about him, Tony? I was
Mm-hmm.
saying that when he got married, his wedding gift from his parents was they paid off his fiance's student loans, wiped them out.
Wow.
They bought them a property, and even though they weren't living there yet, they rented the property out so that when they do decide to get a place, they
Mm-hmm.
already got renters there and they got money coming in. And if they
Mm-hmm.
want to sell it, they can sell it. If they want to move in, they can move in. See, stuff like that. We need to be making them moves like that too.
Right. 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 I'm
And
with
when I heard that, I was like, really? They did that? I would never even thought that. Usually what people give you, they'll pay maybe half of what you spend on the wedding.
you.
Forget the
Mm-hmm.
wedding, we go to the courthouse. Give me a house that's
Paper. Right.
hey Castro, I see Castro Candy down here. Yeah, it's like stuff like that. And it's like Deanna was saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you
Right.
can't make them drink. But
You
then
right.
these are the same people that are sitting around and saying, we don't get to do stuff like that. We don't have opportunities like that. That ain't meant
Mm-hmm.
for us. Don't put me in that conversation. I am not a part of us.
Right.
What the song say? They not like us. I'm not like
When you
y'all.
say don't speak that over me.
Right. Because I hate when people do that and they already then defeated themselves and then they stand
Yeah.
in front of other people and they're thinking, well, they right. It's kind of like when you hear people say you can't beat City Hall, like you just let it go, you ain't gonna win. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
you can't win. Do the research,
That's
you
right.
know,
Okay.
and quit
That's
hating
all
on
it
people
takes.
that
'Cause that woman told me that child I touched down running. I actually called the lawyer about another situation. And you know how I'm a big talker, child. And me and her
no.
just went to talking. And she was like, well, you can go to the website. And I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, yeah, you don't have to worry about all that. And I was like, huh? Girl, when that woman told me that, I got off that phone. I bought a property that week, baby. Sure
And
did.
see, that's what I'm talking about.
I said,
Took
oh,
these notes.
no.
I done took these notes. I'm finna before the end of the month. I'm gonna be done found me a property.
And then that's the thing. Like I said, girl, go on there and start looking.
I,
Mm-hmm.
It don't hurt nobody. It
That's
don't
right.
hurt nobody. And just like you heard him say, $50 and $60.
Yep.
right.
And if it's worth more, sometimes you gotta know they don't know if it's not something on the property too. You can let
Um,
them know that because some of those prices be as if it's a building there or a house there. Because
Right.
the last time they got it in the 70s or whatever, it was a house there. So
Yeah.
you can actually get them to adjust the prices that way too. That's the only way I know. But
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, it's really easy, girl.
Mm,
I see it's buildings on there, plots in HOA neighborhoods and
yeah.
all kinds of stuff. And girl, don't look at Mississippi. I'm gonna tell y'all now. If y'all look at Mississippi, y'all see Hines County all up and through there. That's Jackson, Mississippi. You take your chances if you want to. I ain't gonna take none. But
Right.
um, it's all kinds of properties out there for real, y'all, and it's for a
Look,
little bit of nothing.
Demetria said she did. While we talking, she did already looked up properties.
Uh-oh.
You see what I'm saying?
What I'm
And then
talking about?
see how easy it was. Now I
Right.
couldn't find it in Texas. I don't know how Demetria found, but she I couldn't find it in Texas because my homegirl, I called her. She moved to Texas. And I think she was one of the smartest bitches alive, and we couldn't find it nowhere. I was
Right.
like, we was calling different people. I don't know if Texas just had that shit on lock or
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
what it was, or we weren't looking in the right places. But I couldn't find Texas. But what I did hear about Texas, I don't know if Tony, you heard this, that when it comes to their sales, or whatever, their tax sales, that it only take 30 days. So if you behind in your property, something like that, 30
Yeah.
days. That's
She
really
said she
that's
did it.
real.
Yeah, you
I
know
get
what?
three
In
years.
some states, you know, you got to look at how their taxes work. Like in Florida, they don't pay no taxes. So when you go down to places like that, you're not gonna find a lot of properties that's available because those people they gobbling up all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But in
Right.
areas like Alabama, Mississippi, areas where you know there's not a lot of industrial jobs there and stuff like that, you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna be able to get more access to tax sales. But in places like Texas and Florida, it's gonna probably be hard for you to
I
even get
see.
in there. Yeah,
I
Okay.
seen that because I really looked up Texas because I was like, I know they got something over there.
yeah.
They like us. Hey, they cheap. I know they got something over there. Child, I couldn't find none of that stuff. I said, wait a minute.
Well, you know what? With y'all two being experienced, can you just off the top of your head, any tips about things not to do? Like don't do this, or if you see this, like you just said a little while ago, DeAnna, if you're looking at Hines County, that's kind of gonna be a harder fight. Any tips y'all got for if people are looking, like, or
It,
don't do this or don't do that?
to me, it depends on what you want to do.
Okay.
Um, if you know you trying to rent something, know
Hmm.
your neighborhood. Know what you getting. Just like Tony said, he
Okay.
going to the neighborhood. He's saying, okay, yeah, this is right here. I would say know your neighborhood. That's probably as much as it's gonna get. Ain't nobody gonna tell
Okay.
you that you running in there buying something off their block. They ain't gonna talk to you.
Right.
So at least be able to go and see the area of crime, girl. Anybody can look up Hines County. See, we the murder capital almost. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like I met another lady too. This lady was from Colorado. And she was working. I was taking a night, get her hair done at JCPenney, and they had a new person there. And I was like, oh, where you from? She was like, I'm from Colorado. She said, I moved down here. Now, if you from Alabama, this gonna make plenty of sense to you why I was skeptic. She said, I bought a property in Coleman. I was like, Coleman? What?
I heard a comment. Where is that? But I think I drove and seen a sign. But what was I driving through? Uh,
You was probably on 65 going north towards Tennessee or something like that. Cause
yeah, I was going
there's
to I can't even Vernon, Alabama.
Mm.
Vernon. I know Vernon. Yeah. See, Coleman is how should I put this? It used to be one of them sundowns.
Mississippi burning.
It
Yeah.
started probably still is then.
Right. Yes. That's why when I go through there, I do the speed limit and all of that type of stuff. So that's why when this lady said that, I was like, how you found out about that? She told me, she said, I was online looking up properties in Alabama. I found it. I saw how much acreage it was. It was at a reasonable price. I said, so you bought it and you didn't even come down here and look at it?
Mm.
But she wasn't, she was of the Caucasian persuasion. So that's kind of different. But imagine me not knowing nothing about out here and I just hop up and buy something. I ain't did no research. So like you said, kind of know where you moving to. Or if you're moving. If you're just doing it because you're gonna flip it, I guess it don't really matter, right? Because you're not gonna stay there anyway. You just gonna sell it to your next highest bidder if that's what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I know an older couple that was retired. And that poor white lady, she could stand Mississippi, baby. She said, "Here, went online and found this property and spent all my retirement money. I hated it." Honey, that lady hated Mississippi. They was from up north though, and just like you said, they found their property online. They look at our property, and we got flat lands down here. They look
Right.
at that like gold, like, oh my God. I can have, you know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? They build up down here. We can build up, down. We can have basements if we wanted to. We can have houses to the rooftop if we wanted to. But we build all the way around. You'll come out here and find a big old house, and then it might have another house on top of it in the back. You know
Mm-hmm.
what
Right.
I'm saying? So they build different down here. You go up north, everybody's house look the same. Everybody look like a tombstone down there up in
And
St.
you ain't
Louis.
got no, you ain't got no
Right.
yard, about this much space. Yeah.
Right, right.
Mm-hmm.
So they come bringing that money down here, retiring with it, getting them a whole bunch of land for nothing.
Right.
I know quite a few people that did that because my daughter's her best friend. His mom retired from the state of California. She had been working there for years, and when she finished, first thing she did, grabbed up her retirement, came to Huntsville, found a plot, and bought her and built her house. The way she wanted it, and California is expensive,
Yep.
so obviously she had a good size retirement based on cost of living out there versus here.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't know was a baller when she got down here with that California retirement.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay. You know she did. And then a lot of them do that. New York, they come down here.
yeah,
They got
yeah.
them houses. They build them a house down here, live good, and be
Uh-huh.
looking at us like, "Oh, this is nothing. You pay 600 for one bedroom. They'll die to pay that motherfucking money." But
Mm-hmm.
they,
Right.
of course, they finna come down here, retire, sit up, and kick their legs up, and go. What it is? Go out there to the golf course.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
And
right.
that's like, I lived my daughter was born when I was living down in Miami area. And that was to me the biggest disappointment because you hear people talking like I used to carpool with a lady and she'd be telling me, "Oh, this a $500,000 house right here," and I'm looking at the house. I'm like, "This one right here." And I could have bought this house for 100,000
Girl.
all day long in Alabama.
Right.
You know, so
Girl.
it's like I was so disappointed because growing up when you heard about $1 million home, you expecting to see something like a mansion, you know. But the $1 million, I guess, is coming from the location. You're on the water, this, that, and the other. But I'm still looking at the house like this is not no $1 million home. You
Right.
know, not what I'm used to seeing. It looked like something my neighbor might have.
Mm-hmm.
So it does make a difference. That's why I knew I was never gonna buy no property in Florida because it's too expensive. So I guess it's an investment if you're gonna sell it. But as far as me buying it and having it, and I was complaining about how much inflation that hit up here. When last time I went down there to visit, like you don't even want to have a conversation with us then. Oh, did we lose DeAnna? Well, I'm fit to get ready to you back?
Sorry, I
Okay.
had knocked myself out, girl.
It's okay because my phone done got down to 14% anyway. But I appreciate both of y'all jumping on here with me today. I have a whole page full of notes. And if we reconvene again, because we would love to have you back again, like for some follow-up
I
conversation.
enjoyed y'all. I love to be back again because I already downloaded that app that Tony was
Okay.
just telling me about. And I was looking up some more information, but I want to have something else to make sure, I have all the right information before I tell y'all. So I'm gonna be
Okay.
looking up something else too, on that property thing, because I think I found some. Hopefully I did.
Okay.
But
Well, yeah,
but Tony be
we
ready to
can
go. I finna tell Tony be ready to move north. Now we need to get our hands on some of their stuff up there since they
make
coming down here getting our stuff.
you muted, Tom. We can't hear you.
Okay, I
Muted.
got you. Okay, for sure, for sure, for sure.
All right. Well, appreciate y'all coming through now. Let me go and say this. We were having our holiday special for the business. These are the type of conversations people in our business have. We ain't talking about no bull crap when it comes down to making money. We play and have fun like the rest of them, but when it's time to make the money, my econ business owners right now, we having this promo. You can get started in the business for $9.95. Tony told me today is the last day. So if anybody listening to this is interested in seeing what we got to offer, go on pay that $9.95 for the first 30 days. Get in there and see if it's something you really want to do. If you don't want to do it, cancel it. But for $9, come on now. We just had $1 million conversation with you right now.
Sure enough. Oh yeah.
Where you gonna get that at for free? So right. I appreciate y'all coming out. Y'all hit me up if you're interested in the business opportunity, and y'all enjoy the rest of y'all first week of 2025. Y'all
sure
first week of 2025. And thank you so much, DeAnna. I'm gonna be hitting you up to come back again. So just be prepared.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed y'all, girl. I'm
good talking to you, D.
2025 ham.
Sure enough.
Okay. All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna take us out of here. Tony, what I'm doing on this concerning revamp. I'm putting some of our skits on here that we did on outro so they can see, how we get down when we being silly.
Okay.
So this one right here is from Halloween last year when Barbara was calling what the other lady name?
Betty.
Shirley.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what this one's gonna be. So y'all enjoy it on your way out. If you want to hear more, come back next time. I promise I'm finna start being more consistent. I'm gonna try to get on here at least once a week and talk about something.
All right.
Y'all hold me accountable now. But anyway, thank y'all for joining me, and I will see y'all again next time. So I'm gonna take us out.
All right.
All right. Now, how do I eat? Okay, here.
Barb, this is me, Shirley. You may not know who I am. And I don't know if you about to come out of bed or if you're going to be real cool. But I'm calling to tell you that man that be over there spending my money on you, he belongs to me.
I hear you, Shirley.
I claimed him on my W-4 from the top of his head to the sole of his feet. Now, that goes from the top of his head to the shoes on his feet.
Oh,
I write all that off on my tax.
Because you're a business owner.
I'm a home-based business owner, but woman to woman, I need to tell you that man belongs to me, or else you need to take me and feed him and do all that, and I can get me a nut to put on my tax.